let me ask you a different question, because it's been on my mind since I read your initial story, which is, were you able to get any kind of glimpse into the psychology of the kind of human being who would actually initiate a policy like this? I mean, I think that, whether we have a liberal government in power or a conservative government, did you get a sense of how bureaucrats, for lack of a better word, can justify doing this kind of thing to themselves, in their own minds?
Yeah,
Did you get a glimpse of the psychology?
It's a great question, and that was my central curiosity as well. So I first tried to figure out who exactly was behind this. And what happened was I stumbled into a festival of finger-pointing in which the Social Security folks said, well, Treasury must have come up with this, and I went to Treasury, and they said, no, this had to have come from Congress. I went to Congress, and they pointed their fingers back at Treasury. So we still haven't found the exact person who initiated it, but it does look like it came from Treasury. Here's how it all developed. There was one line that was inserted into the Farm Bill back in 2008 that said the government could henceforth go after all of these old debts, these more than 10-year-old debts, which previously had been barred by law. Now, it then took Treasury 2 or 3 years to write the regulations that would allow them to go about doing just that. And in that process, we spanned both the Bush and Obama administrations. So the law was changed by the Bush administration, and the regulations enforcing the new law were written by the Obama administration. So this is not a partisan issue. This is not a liberal or conservative issue. This grew out of the idea that the government was leaving a lot of money on the table, that there were billions of dollars that Americans owed the government, and as part of making the government more efficient and part of trying to help with the deficit issue, the government should be more rigorous about collecting its debts. Well, I think everybody's on board with that. No one wants the government to let people slide. The issue here is, do you then go after children of people who owe the debts, which in the rest of American law is simply forbidden? I mean, even on the Federal Trade Commission's own website, it says children may not be held accountable for their parents' debts. So, to your question, how do they justify this? They say that the kids who, let's say your family was getting survivor's benefits because a parent died, they say that the kids, even though they didn't directly receive those benefit payments, were getting the benefit of the money, and that they were being fed and clothed with those benefit dollars, and therefore they should be responsible for repaying any overpayments now.